All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. That was Hayes Carl with a bad liver and a broken heart. Welcome to Monday Morning Mixed Martial Arts Weekend Review. As we have said earlier in the past, this is an important day. Wow. I don't know if you guys watched Lyoto Machida fight last night, but at UFC 104, I don't know. I mean, everything gets a little bit screwy now and then, but Lyoto Machida pulled off the unanimous decision victory over Shogun Rua, though it is the first time that we have seen Lyoto Machida in trouble inside the octagon. He looked out of his element. He was eating leg kick after leg kick and body kicks as well. After the first round, both fighters, but mainly Machida, had clear welts on the inside of their on the upper part of their legs and on their midsections. So wow, I don't know. It went to decision, all 5 rounds, 25 minutes. Some of the more exciting action I've seen in a title bout in recent memory. Now, Shogun Rua, in my opinion, I thought won the fight. It was very close. I don't think Lyoto Machida won a unanimous decision victory. That's just ludicrous. I don't know how the judges scored it like that. It's just, I don't know. I mean, I'm glad he got the win. You know, I love seeing Machida fight, but Dana White said that this definitely sets up the Shogun Rua Lyoto Machida round 2. This definitely sets up their next fight because it was too close to call, and everyone knew that. Let's see. Well, if you didn't watch, I feel sorry for you, but Cain Velasquez against Big Ben Rothwell. Ben Rothwell was making his debut fight in the octagon. He was 30-6. He has now fallen to 30-7 as Cain Velasquez moved up to, I think it's 8-0 now. And he absolutely destroyed Big Ben Rothwell. It wasn't even funny. It was stopped in 58 seconds of the second round, stopped by TKO. Cain Velasquez just got him on the ground and pounded his face the whole time. I mean, it was relentless. It was brutal. Ben Rothwell tried to stick to the outside and land some crisp shots, and he did. But for the most part, Cain Velasquez just schooled him. Then you had Gleison Tibau defeating Josh Neer via unanimous decision. Joe Stevenson defeating Spencer Fisher via TKO elbows in round 1. That was a brutal win, too. Those were some hard shots that he was throwing from side control. Anthony Johnson, who came in weighing 6 pounds over the welterweight limit of 170, he defeated Yoshida and knockout punch in the first round. But, I mean, he just looked so much bigger than Yoshida. I know I say 6 pounds, but the guy, he's probably walking in, because that's just what he could cut down to. Now, the day before the fights when they do the weigh-ins, and then they rehydrate, and so he probably weighed close to 185, if not more, on fight day. Which begged the question, was he going to move up to middleweight? He says he has no plans on moving up to middleweight, that it was just an accident that he didn't make weight. Okay. So, that's fine. Whatever. You know, as long as he can make weight next time, but he absolutely dismantled Yoshida. You had Ryan Bader defeating Eric Shaver by unanimous decision. Pat Barry defeating Anthony Hardong, TKO punches. Chael Sonnen defeating Yushin Okami, TKO. Or my bad. That's a unanimous decision. Jorge Rivera versus Rob Kimmons, TKO. Kyle Kingsbury defeated Razak Al Hussein in a split decision. And Steven Struve defeated Chase Gormley via submission triangle choke. All pretty exciting fights for the most part. Some people said that this was a weak card. I didn't agree. I didn't agree at all. I mean, you've got former Pride superstar versus the UFC's Golden Boy. So I don't see how anybody could have thought that was a bad fight, or a bad card. And then you had Cain Velasquez with Ben Rothwell. Great stuff. Anthony Johnson's victory was absolutely incredible. That guy should move up weight classes, in my opinion, just because he's so much bigger than those guys at that level. So, yeah, fantasy football went well for me. Made a couple of good decisions, made a couple of bad decisions in starting. But I've got Donovan McNabb left to play, and I'm up 20 points. So, hopefully he'll do more than what he did last week, which was 8 points. But I didn't have any other quarterback options because my other quarterback, Joe Flacco, is on bye, along with all the other Ravens. So, woohoo. Okay, well, you know, who doesn't think, you know, that Machida could potentially defend his title versus anyone? I know it might have seemed lackluster last night, but you have to understand that he is fighting a former Pride superstar that in his prime, and he still is in his prime, would decimate people, and there's no reason to take anything away from Lyoto Machida. I simply had it scored a different way. You can't give him all the rounds. You just can't give him all the rounds. And one judge gave him round 2 through 4, and then the rest of the judges gave him all the rounds. I didn't see it that way. I thought Machida won the first round and quite possibly the last round, but he definitely didn't win, in my mind, rounds 2, 3, and 4. So, I don't know. I don't know, man. Sometimes the judging is a bit off, and you just kind of have to wonder. I'm just going to put this out there. What's up with the training program that these guys have to go through to get competent? I don't understand how 2 of the judges could give every single round to Machida. That's just beyond me. Okay. The rest, I mean, there wasn't really any other problems on the card. I thought it was good. And actually, the UFC has been airing all the prelim card for free on Spike TV, so we get to see all the undercard, which is really nice. Because a lot of the times there's up-and-comers that I would like to see, but they don't air on the main card, so therefore most of the time they don't make it to pay-per-view, unless it's just a really good fight and there's time left in the broadcast. Yeah, so, you know, the fact that they're doing that for us now is pretty awesome. And, you know, it's a ploy to get people to buy the full card to see the stars or whatever, but come on, if you're a big fan of MMA as I am, you'll find a way to get it done. You know, you have a couple of buddies go over to one house and all throw in, you buy the card. It's really not that expensive. It's cheaper than going out, you know. It's cheaper than going to the Warren Theater and watching it there, where you have to buy tickets for the show, and then you have to pay for drinks and food up there. As where if you're at your house, you can make it relatively inexpensive by cooking out and, you know, bringing your own beverages and, you know, relaxing. Even if you took a cab ride home, it's still cheaper. So, and for those of you that don't know, Norman is fixing to change the public drunk laws to have them where they can hold you in jail for 10 days just on officer suspicion. So, be careful out there, ladies and gentlemen. But, okay, so we had UFC 104. Not a whole lot of other crazy stuff has been going on in MMA. Nothing new from Fedor. Nothing really. I mean, most of these people were talking about Shogun. You know, most people think that he won. At least that's the gist of what I get on these forums and message boards. People are kind of upset about that. So they drew 16,000 attendees and for a $1.9 million gate, which is pretty good. I mean that 1.9 million at the gate is awesome. So that's a win for them. Oh, okay. We've got Fedor versus Brett Rogers official weigh-in set for November 6th at the Sears Center. So, if you get a chance, I would be jealous if you went and I did not. Yeah, so we've got some stuff going on. Some kind of. I wonder if those judges get called back to officiate even more. I know it's not up to the UFC. It's up to the Athletic Gaming Commission which judges are chosen for a particular event. So, who knows? They'll probably be back. I'm just saying. Just saying. But we're going to take a little bit of a break here in a minute and get you back with some music. And I am going to enjoy some more coffee and figure out what we're going to talk about for the rest of the show. All right, getting you back in 5.
I started rhyming just to be somebody, to make people notice me at the party.